So next is from Brock Miles, and the subject is Tony Khan /ropes. Hello. Hey, guys, have you seen the clip of Tony Khan attempting to hold the ropes open for David Crockett? It looks embarrassing. If I was Arn Anderson right there, I would have paintbrushed him. Do you get this?
Yeah.
I mean, is this day one stuff? What do you think, Brock? You got the clip?
Mm-hmm.
Just play it. I haven't seen this, so.
That was it.
That was it? I mean,
all right,
bro,
that's
you get
overhyping too.
This guy actually sent in an email for that.
All right, so he just got kazooed.
So next one. The next one is from Ultra Frog Roller Frog, and the subject is Big E's sudden fan base. It's been a crazy few days in pro wrestling. Tony Khan made a total ass of himself talking about race. I don't think he's being racist, so this is the guy's dumb, and you know how the IWC are. And also, Reigns caught Brock Lesnar is a WWE champion again. So right on cue, the dirt sheets are now accusing WWE of racism. Yep, apparently the real reason why Brock Lesnar, the biggest name in pro wrestling, got the WWE title from a guy who wasn't drawing is because Vince McMahon wants to bring slavery back. Konnan and Disco, what do you think about tweets like this, which are trying to act as Big E runs with some type of golden era? This is from, first of all, let's talk about this.
I was going to say, do you want to talk about the Tony Khan Big Swole thing too?
No, yeah, we can discuss it. We haven't discussed that at all because that happened after we recorded last week. So, okay, so first of all, nobody's calling WWE racist. You can't possibly look at what they've done with they've been the opposite of that. Like if Lashley, Big E, Kofi, so these are all in the past 2 to 3 years.
Well, a lot of people are, you know
right? Okay, but I'm just saying,
just like they had this thing with remember this controversy with Michael Miranda, whatever the name is, that did Hamilton. Remember?
Right.
That he did West Side Story, and he got all this heat because he didn't have African,
enough African representation.
Right.
No, he didn't. No.
Afro Latino.
Right. Afro did not have enough Afro.
Right.
Many Afro.
And he apologized.
Right.
Which I doubt he did it on purpose, but it's like,
of course not.
I don't understand. Do you have to have a quota? Do you have to have so many people? So many people have to be pushed just because either you're good or you're not. That's it.
Right. But the thing is, like, this is like people think, okay, like the Latino, that, if you don't have enough darker Latinos, I guess it's like, I guess it is kind of the same thing from that perspective of like thinking that, okay, you don't have enough black people on your show. You have too many white people. But it's like, honestly, people don't really think that way. Other people bring it up. It's like, I don't think the thought process is
but
like,
here's the thing. I'm not like when I'm doing even, when I worked in the United States, I'm not like, okay, well, I got to find an Afro Latino because if not, I'm going to get heat for not using one. I'm looking for the best Latino, whether the midnight black or he's milky white. I don't give a somebody that's representing Latinos, and nobody's going to get something they don't deserve. Obviously, it's good to have Latinos in position of power because in the past, when we've left it to the Anglo, he hasn't done a very good job of making sure there's Latino representation. And a lot of that is a lot of different reasons,
So let's talk about it as we're talking about this, because last week we had the thing with Swole and Tony Khan, and Tony Khan made the comment he shouldn't have, but there's two sides.
Go ahead.
I'll get my take. Tony Khan wasn't not. Here's the problem. Okay, and I said this when we talked about this when they started this, bro. When you made it, brought to light, hey, we're inclusive. It's like, okay, well, we're gonna hold you to that. It's like we got some metrics we can look at to keep score. It's like, if you guys are going to be inclusive, let's go and see how you've been. It's like, they've been inclusive and like they got Latinos and black people on the roster and stuff and everything, but it's not like they're prominent. Okay, but.
You want to hear? But
you can say what Swole said because the thing is, like, bro, we're not like Konnan. We're not gonna. This is a business where you're looking for the most talented performers across the board.
Yeah, not to fill quotas.
Not to fill quotas, and unfortunately, if some of your minority performers are like Penta and Phoenix, they're the champions. Okay, so it's not like you're saying, we're burying the Latinos. No, you're not. You're not burying the Latinos. You've made Penta and Phoenix your champions. Okay, but
and they don't even speak English.
But if you look at like the black performers on their roster, it's like, I'm sorry, there's not like a lot of them that are being pushed or like should be pushed as championship, like the top of the card guys. They're not there yet. You know, like you said, like per example, like Scorpio Sky, like a lot of their black performers, like Swole included, and some like Red Velvet, some of these girls, and Jade Cargill, and you know they're green. They look when they wrestle, they look green out there. The only performers
They are green.
They are green. The only performers that are not quote unquote green of like the minorities that they have there are like Scorpio Sky and Jay Lethal. Hobbs is still kind of green. And if you look at the names of most of the other ones, they are kind of younger and green and not there yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like there's like they're actively
now. Leo Rush Leo Rush is a star. Yeah,
he's somebody still very young in the business. He's a young kid.
Yeah, but he's very unique. Believe me, he wrestled for me in Mexico, and he's special.
But you look at the way he acts.
Yeah,
he is kind of green. You know, like the dude's like, you know, like you don't want people acting like that on your roster, like so speaking out against the boss publicly. You know, that's to me, bro. Like, this is a perfect example. This guy, Ken Rosen, MLB, like cut ties with Ken Rosenthal. Okay, because Ken Rosenthal publicly, criticized Rob Manfredi, and people like, oh, it's cancel culture. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm sorry, but if you want to go public, here's the thing these days. If I'm your boss, okay. And you can come to me with your criticisms unless you're scared. Okay, then you go. Hey, I want to go to. Okay, but if you're scared, you're scared. If you're scared to come to me with your criticisms, I'm not going to be. If you decide, hey, you're going to take your criticisms to social media, where there is a mob ready to be activated for every issue, well, whatever. Like there's just pockets and clusters and cells of people ready to be offended with you for something that you want to be offended for, or like you have a gripe about, and activating people to try to now they're publicly coming after me, and making me look bad. I'd fire you. That's not the way I want my business done with you. I want you to. I'm an open door policy. You come in yourself, but going on social media and activating the mob, I'm like, hey, that's honestly, who would how would you react to that, Konnan? Like, what do you do these days if wrestlers?
Well, here's the thing.
Do you have a similar story to this? You being a boss.
Here's the thing. My whole career, I've been very outspoken, which has gotten me mega heat, and you know that. Mm-hmm. I've always had heat everywhere I go. I've probably been fired or quit more places than just any wrestler that there is, because I'll take to a certain limit and then I can't take it no more. I'm like, why are you me? You told me this, you didn't do it. And what I have learned it's easier to go behind the scenes and try to fix it than publicly try to bury the company or try to bury who's in charge. Because what happens is the people that are in charge, they're so used to everybody putting them over. They get shoot mad when they get buried by anybody and they feel you can't be controlled and you're not being professional. That's debatable. Yeah, maybe I wasn't professional burying people publicly like I used to do, but I came to you and you didn't want to talk to me, so you gave me no other recourse. Right. And maybe that's what happens today too. Maybe they tried to talk to Tony, he didn't fix it, or they couldn't fix it, so they went publicly. And Tony didn't like that because he wants to get put over. So he's probably mad, and he probably fired her, because when he said Swole is not a good wrestler, I 1000% disagree. She can go. That's number one. Number two, she had a good look, And so I think there was something personal there, because I can't see Tony. This is me. I can't see Tony as being the son of a Pakistani immigrant that, the shit he probably had to put up with his dad in the United States, looking how he looks and how he sounded. Okay. Then being the son of a Pakistani, who knows what type of he took in Illinois, or in school. And the girl that's with him that he refers to, called Megan. I don't know exactly what her position. I think she's the lawyer for AEW and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I believe she's also of like Pakistani descent or something like that.
Like Mega, so I didn't know who he was talking about. So
right. So and she's super cool. But they're two immigrants and kids of immigrants, so they understand the immigrant experience better than any Anglo will. Right. I'm a son of an immigrant, so I saw how my mom, Miami, got treated. But anyways, at the end of the day, you would think that they'd be very, and Tony listens to hip hop and like that. Like I think this was more of a personal thing than a racial thing. You know what I'm saying? I just can't see him in any way, shape, or form being racist. I don't.
Right. I don't see. Here's the thing these days. Because of the way that issue is treated publicly, okay, I don't think any companies right now are being racist, like, but by the definitely, like, you know, where they're actively
right, like they used to be,
right, exactly, they used to be, yeah,
because
we're definitely
the companies, because the companies, here's the thing, the companies, they've been put on notice, they're being scrutinized, and they've been punished for the stupidity they did before, and they're trying to make up for it, and you're still on their. You know what I'm saying? Maybe to minorities it's not quick enough, or they want more. But what more can you do? I think they've pushed the right people. In WWE, they had 2 girls in the main event that were African American.
Right,
Sasha and
Belair,
Bianca.
I mean, come on,
right? You know, they gave Biggie the championship. They gave Kofi the championship. Did they take it off Kofi?
Bobby Lashley.
100%.
One of their top. Yeah. These are all top guys.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, I think they've done a compared to how it used to be, and we were in the business how it used to be, it's a lot better, bro. And these kids don't know that. They have nothing to compare it to.
Right.
They only compare it to what they're living, and they don't give a about what we did. It's like almost to them, it's like, well, it. That's on you, dude. But today's generation, one of the problems they have is they don't want to go through the process. There's a process to be a star. There are no shortcuts. There is no substitute for experience.
Yeah,
take your time, bro. It's like Hobbs. He's a great example. And by the way, Hobbs, who I absolutely, that super cool. He's half Puerto Rican. He's from Oaktown. But don't refer to us as Latinx ever again. I don't know who told you that's a cool term for us, you know, but don't that's I can tell you for a lot of Latinos, my G, we do not like that term. It's very condescending.
Let me give you this too. This is my take on this, okay? Because first of all, like it gets so tiresome with me when people bring up racism, like, oh, this, racist. And I'm like, come on. Here's the problem, okay? And it said this was the problem when they did it, okay? 2 years ago when they said we're going to be inclusive. Well, unfortunately, when you say that, okay, there is a segment out there in
that's
going to
hold you to higher standards.
No, not even that. That think inclusivity means like equality. Meaning, like, okay, we need to have this many black people in the show, this many, like, you know, like you have to take them all and add the numbers up, and like there has to be like a mathematical formula of equality on the show. Wrestling's not like that. It's talent driven. You can't just like line everybody up by their colors and their races and stuff. For things, okay, we need to have this many. They have to be talented first. Okay, so talent is elevated above everything. Okay, not. But what they said, when you want to be, we're going to be inclusive, we're going to be promote equality. It's like, then what you're doing is you're saying like, okay, we may not push somebody now that may be talented. That's worse. That's the worst thing you can do.
Oh,
and it's like that's actively suppressing somebody.
I'll tell you where there is. I will tell you where there is inequality for sure. If the minorities are complaining about not being equal, you should be complaining about the people in positions of power. Where are the Black American and Latino writers? Where are they? Yeah. Where are the producers? Where are they in positions of power? They aren't. That's what you should be crying about. But
yeah,